So now, if we're thinking, if we're thinking of this, we're thinking of maybe thermometer. What could we do with holding down Shift when I pull gives me a perfect circle. Whoop, there we are. And I'll take rounded rectangle. I don't know if this is what a thermometer looks like. Maybe. Now I'll join these with the Pathfinder right up here. Change the color. You can change the color by going up here to the top. Sorry. Just do black. One thing I'm doing right now, I'm doing everything in black and grays, because I really don't like this X, but would that go in there somewhere? Now it's behind it, so what I have to do is go up to Object, Arrange, Bring to the Front. Now, I know that looks a little shabby, but it's on its way. It's on its way somewhere. I don't know where. But a big help here would be having wider look a little bit more robust, like that. Probably also more like a more like a I don't want this thing in the background, but well, I can just erase it, can I? Okay, making something. So now you have the option of maybe some type of representation, almost looking like a. There's a lot of different ways you can go here. So one of the things, I don't know if I showed you earlier, is that you have a workspace. So I have the workspace on web here. So all these windows will come out this way, just to make sure everybody's on the same page. And we're looking at the Extra Life logo here and how to rework it. So these are just some ideas, and some of the tools I showed you were the, which I think are one of the great tools is the Pathfinder tool, which is right here, Pathfinder. Everything you get to by coming to Window, and if it's clicked, it's checked, it's open. Go to Window, go to Pathfinder, and I also have, to make things easier, I have the character window open. This has all my controls I need for lettering and everything. Distance between the sentences of the letters, as well as the height of the letters, the width. So now, what I'm saying about is, if you look at these, back up to the selection tool, look at these. Now we're back up here at the character. So if I want to change the width between the letters, make the letters go way out, make more white space. When you're doing things on a design, you're thinking of, you can see things as grays, and it's always good to start off your design doing it in grays, in blacks, and then go on to color, especially if you're working with someone, you're working with a client, and they might not like the design because they don't like the color scheme, and they really don't even know it. So by doing things in grays and in blacks, what you're doing is you're eliminating the possibility of them not liking the design because of the colors. So you get the design down first, then add the colors, and eliminate a lot of confusion. And it even helps yourself to work that way. So say I had one of these other tools. That was the lettering I just showed you. Now this is going to do the space, as you can see, between the letters. I do a minus, see how it's pulling together? 50, I'll see if I go minus 100, or I do a minus 200, a plus 200 rather, sorry. A plus 200, and that's going to come in handy when you're doing logos and things like that, where maybe you don't like the letters being so far apart, which happens a real lot. Say just right here. To me, I usually like the letters to be closer, especially for logos. So if I pull that in a little bit, but you don't want to pull it in so far that maybe there's, like, you might want to, you might like the way that looks because it's kind of got that negative positive. You never know what kind of shapes it's going to make. But for the most part, probably you won't like that, being that close. So I'll have to go the opposite way with this. 200. Now, one more thing I want to show, and that is converting. One great thing about Illustrator is you can convert typefaces to outlines. Once you've done that, it's not type anymore. I can take the type tool right now, go in here, I can change that to a R. Now if I go here, get the selection tool, and I go up to type, and I go to create outlines. Now I've got all these fonts are outlines. They can't be edited as type anymore. So I go in and do object and do ungroup. So now I have all these letters are their own. They can all be separated and done whatever I want to do with them. But now when you take this tool right next to the selection, the direct selection tool, and when I touch this, if I double click on something, it means I can pull it. I hold down shift, it's going to come straight down. So you can imagine all the fun you can have with logos here. Hold down shift and bring it, get out of there, you. Come down. So you can see that you can, modify things and maybe have a little bit of fun. So that means double clicking on any of these is going to make it moldable. You're going to be able to move it. Double click. It really doesn't look good, but you can do that. So that's one great tool for, then think of using that with the Pathfinder. And again, so here's a Pathfinder. I'm just going to do something fast to show you. I'm going to take the R. It's already outlines. It's going to be outlined. So don't try doing this with a type until you've used a create outlines with the type. So I have two things selected right here. So when I'm going to go up to the Pathfinder, and so you can see the creativity you could do with this. So these are just some of the fun things you can do in Illustrator. I'll probably do Photoshop later. Thanks. Bye. Hope that helps.